So the Quist family is a handsome and charming Christian couple who makes shorts on YouTube. They make a lot of shorts where they kind of like pretend to have conflicts or do like jokey little pranks at each other, and it's pretty cute. A lot of their jokes are very like, take my wife, please. In one of their sketches, the male Quist comes into the kitchen and starts haranguing his wife.
And I'm dead serious. The next time I get home and this place isn't spotless, I'm gonna freak out. Like, what have you been doing the entire day? Just sitting on your bum on the couch? There's dishes all over the place.
But then it turns out like he's not actually an abuser at all. You know what I mean? He's not abusing his wife. That's the joke of the video.
Can you believe that he said that?
That's crazy.
I know. Hey, let me get this for you. Why don't you sit down and relax? You've done enough today.
Thanks, babe.
I got the dishes too.
Or like in another video, it's like, my wife bought an expensive strawberry.
Finish your video. I don't even care. $16.
Take my wife, please. One thing that got me interested in the Quist family in the first place was a recurring theme on their channel, which is that they talk about the male Quist as the provider for the family. Like in this one video where the husband jokingly asks his wife to Venmo him for food, which is funny because it's their card, not his card, right?
Do you mind just like sending me that money back?
I used our card
Well, yeah, I know, but
for our groceries.
And at the end, the woman Quist is like, Venmo you for the groceries, that's not the deal. You provide, I cook. That's the situation.
We share a bank account. I make the food, you provide. This was the deal.
And personally, I find that interesting because that's not the situation. They actually run a YouTube channel together where they're both active participants, and they do it all the time. So they're both part of the family business. So he's not the provider. They're both the provider. So that's not the deal. You know what I mean? And this comes up in another video where there's text, we're independent women that don't need nobody. And then the guy comes out, the male Quist comes out, and he says, hi, I'm nobody. I drive everywhere, pay for everything, lock the doors at night, etc. But that's just it. He doesn't pay for everything, okay? Because they run a joint YouTube channel where they're very obviously both central to the project of running the YouTube channel because she's in virtually every video. So it's not, he's not providing, they're providing. So it's like this weird, this weird pretend traditional relationship that I just find interesting. I wouldn't find any of this worthwhile to tell you about, by the way, if not for one thing, which is that just today, the Quist family released a short, and in the short, the male Quist swallows up the female Quist, carries his butt like he has a big poop to poop out, and then when they get to their destination, he poops out the woman Quist, and he has a shit stain on his bathing suit.
Back out the trunk from the front to the back. Back out the trunk from the front to the back. Back out the trunk from the front to the back. Back out the trunk from the front to the back. Back out the trunk.
Okay, so I've done some research, and it turns out that this is something of a trend. I've seen a TikTok where somebody else swallowed somebody else, held onto their cheeks, and then pooped them out at a later date. When I first saw this TikTok, I went insane because I thought that's the craziest shit I ever saw. That's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I will say this, I think that the poop stain on the back of the shorts, I think that's new. I don't think everybody goes through the effort of smearing poopy colored poopies all over their shorts. Trend or no trend, whatever you want to say, I gagged when I saw it. You know what I mean? I gagged when I looked upon it. And for this reason, I do believe that the Christian lifestyle YouTube shorts people have gone too far. That's all I'm trying to say. And all the comments are like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And it is crazy. Anyway, that's it, man. That's all.